Hey family, this is Tracy K. Lewis, and welcome to Dwell According to Knowledge, the talk show. I am your host and your coach. Hey, listen, our topic for today is going to be the 7 signs of real love. Okay, the 7 signs of real love. And we're going to get right to it, okay? Now, I'm going to just say, when you make a commitment to someone, you want it to last, don't you? Of course. Now, while looking good and providing financial security are key elements to a successful relationship, making memories and sharing are just as important. You know, you can stack a whole bunch of stuff: trust and honesty and willingness and open-heartedness, and you can put a whole bunch of stuff into what you want. Once you want in your package of love. The bottom line is, if you're not sharing yourself, if you're not trusting enough to put yourself out there. I used to call it something like, every relationship should be like an autopsy. You know what I mean? Where you sitting up on that slab, and the coroner is cutting you down the middle and slicing you crying and slicing you down and then flying you open like this. You know what I mean? And you got all your insides, where he can see. That's pretty much what most relationships is. It's hard to start out that way, but it's kind of like how you start. At first you got to start with the cut, and then you got to start with the how you do, and then you got to start with this. So in the process, we're talking about cutting in the process. That's the first thing. The prep process to get ready to open yourself up. So there's a whole process that a coroner goes through when right before he performs an autopsy. He goes through cleaning it, cleaning the body, taking the clothes off the body, getting things done, prep for the body, setting everything up. So that's pretty much what the prep process is in relationships. Okay, before everything gets done, there's a cleaning process to it. You gotta take clothes off, clean the person up, and then get the person up and get ready to get things going. And then we gotta cut first, and then lay things open. Then by that time, some time has gone by. Then you can get yourself opened up and get ready to start. Let somebody see who you are on the inside. Okay. All right. Now let's get with this first one. The 7 signs of real love is someone who can leave the drama at the door. You know what I mean? We all got drama. We all got trauma. We've all come through stuff, and we all have a past. But if we can leave it at the door and bring it, not the drama and not the trauma, but the things that happen in the drama and the trauma. You know what I mean? To reveal that kind of stuff, so that the person that's learning can absorb what it is that you're telling them. And then when because a lot of times when we making a decision, we're making our decisions based on the things that we see and the things that we hear. Okay, so make sure we leave the trauma making the trauma and drama at the door. You got to make your mate feel comfortable around you. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. And if you do fuss, fair fuss, I would call it. Don't call no names, don't threaten, just, listen, don't interrupt. If you're too upset to be calm and cool, go to another part. You can agree to disagree, step back off of it a little bit, and come back at it when everybody's calmed down. Okay? And if you can develop these kinds of things, this is just another sign that, love can happen to you. Love can happen for you. And you can get where it is that you need to go. Okay? Number 2, work on being compassionate and not judgmental. Because good God, that is one of the things that I used to do. Oh my God, it used to be so, man, Lord. But that's another story. But that judgmental thing is something else. And I'd hear a little something, in the conversation, and I'm going, whoa. And then I'm basing my decision on that. But and I got a story too, and do I want somebody to go, whoa, when my thing comes back? No. We've all gone through, again, trauma and drama, so I got to be compassionate, especially if someone's been through the same trauma and drama that I've been through. Okay, so let's not judge people, because what you do is you build a wall. Okay, Slow your roll and think about what you're going to say. In other words, don't react, respond. Instead of saying, you moron, why didn't you call ahead first to make sure that they had the part? Try a response like, honey, next time maybe it would be best if we called ahead first. And that's in things, where we're getting to know stuff, getting to know people, getting to, find out what it is that you do, what you don't do, what you like, what you don't like. And even after a certain amount of time, we still don't want to be judgmental as the relationship goes on. Okay? Bam. Let's get to number 3. Separate your emotions from the facts. We all, this thing is setting around. This is kind of based upon, when you're getting into things that that elevate, your thinking, elevate your heart rate, elevate, that kind of stuff, and you get ready to blow on somebody. You got to make sure that when your feelings are gone, because we know you all, we know you guys are emotional, and that's okay too. But we got to make sure that you're understanding how to separate what's going on, because I know in a lot of times, in my last marriage, and in my marriage before that, it would be, let's find out what happened to the phone first before you get bent out of shape as to why I didn't answer it. And that's one of the biggest ones. I don't answer the phone, because, well, what were you doing? And the bottom line was, hey, the phone could have been messed up. The phone could have dropped in the toilet when I went to use the bathroom, or I could have left it in the bathroom, or any of that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's separate from the bottom line is, it's not that I didn't answer the phone. It's what happened to the phone in the midst of me not answering it. Okay, that kind of stuff. I could be talking to my boss or something like that. Okay, so when feelings get involved in a discussion, it becomes elevated because we're likely to bring all the luggage from the past, stuff like that. Look at the facts, and you may see things clearer, and may even see your partner's side of the story. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Number 4, remember that expression, when you assume, you make an out of you and me. Yeah, that's really kind of true. So we got to make sure that we're not making any assumptions, ask questions, and clarify what really went down or what was said. Okay? These are things that I'm telling you how to build some real love, because we got to dump a bunch of stuff in order to get to a bunch of stuff. Okay? All right. Number 5, time is of the essence, which means you absolutely have to make time for your mate. That's where the concept of date night come from for couples that have been, even in long or short-term relationships, stuff like that. So even in the beginning of part of the relationship, there should be some practices going on, that will build into some practices later on, and then they'll become just flat out habits. And flat out things that are done on an automatic basis. So if you start out Friday nights and date nights and game nights and stuff like that, then you'll keep going. If you start in the beginning, there's some other stuff that I need you not to do, but but there are some things that need to start almost immediately. And that's one of them, because that becomes like a tradition. That becomes like a habit. That becomes like something that's done on a weekly, daily basis and stuff like that. Okay, you don't want to get into a rut where you don't do things that attracted you to in the first place. Explore things together and be open to doing things that he or she likes, and it shows the other person that you care. One week, do something that he likes, and the next week, do something that you like, and that's where. We can definitely open up ourselves, to different things, different tastes, different stuff. Because I used to always like to go to like horror movies and superhero movies and that kind of stuff. And I didn't like those little mushy, love movies. I ain't like them. But then after a while, I had to tell myself, look, you got to try it her way sometimes. And then I found out some of them ain't so bad. I still don't go to a whole bunch of them, but for the most part, I usually go around and say, and then be enthusiastic about it. I don't want to be, looking all funny the whole time there, because she's not going to have any fun, as well. So I've learned how to, be okay with, you choose, This is what you choosing. Let's go do that and be happy, because now I have to think on the side of it doesn't matter what we're doing as long as we're doing it together. Okay. All right. Express yourself. That's number 6. Okay, listen. It's important to show your partner that you care, but you also have to say, you have to say it. You know, like, I'm sorry, I'm having a bad day. You know, and like, sorry. I'm sorry you had a bad day. Not what the heck is going on with you. It ain't really heck. It's the other word, okay? Go with Stevie Wonder and just call to say I love you. Pretty much in that area. Even if someone is having a bad day, you don't have to, react the same way that they're reacting to you. You might want to find out what's going on. How they went, and then once that calms down, that opportunity to get apologized to will come. But if you're acting that way, the same way that you're reacting to how you being acted towards, it could mess up the whole thing. Okay. All right. Number 7, observe and be aware, and use these observations to be romantic. For example, if you're sitting and watching TV and a commercial comes on for that, a new CD or, whatever else is coming on, and your man leans forward like he's interested, surprise him by stopping on the way home and picking up a copy for him. You know what I mean? Like, if, anything that you see a man that may be interested in some stuff, or he may just sit back and, show interest, that might be something that you may want to take and use. Hey, that latest CD, or that latest album, or that latest cologne, that latest shirt, or you listening, sitting back and listening to him. He said, man, that is a tight shirt right there. You might want to go find it. Because cologne was one of my biggest things. You might want to go get that. Stuff like that. Okay, little things can go a long way, y'all. So make an effort to express your love and desire on a regular basis, and you can cultivate a loving relationship that will last a lifetime. You get it? All right. This is Trey, and I hope you got something from that. And I'll see you in the next video.